Hello everybody, I wanted to make a really quick video just showing off some of the launchers that I have. My friend Josh, who's also a Beyblade dad, had a question about a launcher, so I wanted to make this quick video just to show off the variety that I have. I don't have everything, but I do have a lot, so hope you guys enjoy, hope you learn something. Here we go. So we're going to start off with this really standard Hasbro launcher. This launcher you hold on top, has the ripcord. The ripcord's pretty solid, but I don't like that every time you buy it in the set, unless you buy a box set, it comes really wound up. It takes forever to straighten this thing out with hot water. Some of the pros about it is it's nice and comfortable. They come in different styles and colors, which is cool for the kids. You can change them, or you can change which launcher you use depending on the color, which is awesome. They all have left and right spin on here, so you can use both styles of bays, which is a really big pro. One of the cons is this cannot be taken apart, so once this piece inside, it's called a clutch. Once that wears down, that's it. The launcher is garbage. It won't spin your bay correctly anymore. And you wear that down when you put the Beyblade on. Click it too much when you launch it. That thing just takes a lot of beating. So this launcher is cool, but it does have a lifespan, and you can't replace it or fix it after that. You could put some hot glue in here to help that clutch. I've done that before. I actually did it with the sword launchers, and I'll show you guys that I've had to do it with the sword launchers because they're a little harder to find. But that's probably the only real big con about that one. So moving on to the sword launchers from Hasbro. These launchers are awesome. They're replicas of the sword launcher that comes out with Takara. Again, I have that one. I'll show you in a second. This launcher is cool because you can grip it here. You don't have to hold it on top. So this one you can grip here. My kids like this one because their hands fit right in here. They don't get any of the scraping from this launcher ripcord. Ripcords are longer. And then these are a little bit harder to find. They've got to come in box sets. You don't really buy them individually. The clutch also wears down in here. So I've already put hot glue on both of these. It's a little trick online that I saw to help that clutch from slipping across, but you have to make sure you put just a little bit so that it doesn't stick inside and get this launcher bay spot, get this stuck inside, because then you've got to break it loose. So this is a pretty good fix. It's helped a lot, but that clutch does wear down pretty easily because you can pull a lot harder with these. This is a lot more comfortable to hold even for an adult. This was my favorite launcher when we first got into Beyblades. It's pretty awesome. It's still my son's favorite launcher. This is his blue one. He loves this thing, and he can rip really hard. So he really likes this one. He can hold it really well. So these are pretty awesome. Then what Hasbro came out with after that was this sparking launcher. So the new sparking is not the newest thing, but this piece here is supposed to replicate a spark. And so that's the way that the bladers in the show know that they've successfully launched a really strong launch. So it's cool for the kids to see it and for the adults to see it. This does have left and right. So do the sword launchers. They both have left and right. The original cable that comes on this has a different shape here, and it's a little bit longer, but my son doesn't like that. He likes putting his finger in here, so he holds it here, puts his finger in, rips the mess out of it, and he gets a strong launch. I haven't had to put the glue in here, but it still has a drawback where you can't take this out and replace the clutch. So this piece is forever stuck on there, and you can put the glue on the insides, but I haven't had to do that with this one yet. He doesn't use it enough to wear it out, but he likes this one. This one comes on the Brave Valkyrie. So Hasbro's best launcher so far is this Pro launcher. Now this one, they usually come in either black and white or blue and white. This is my custom painted one for my son. I painted this one because his favorite color is blue. So this one here has the rip cable that seems it's more similar to the sword launchers. But pros about this thing is, one, you hold it up here and it's a pretty comfortable fit. The kids, it's a little harder for the kids to hold it strongly, but for an adult, you can hold it and it's pretty nice. So you rip it straight out. Pros, you can take this thing fully apart. You can replace pieces inside. Fantastic. Now the original Pro launchers, if you know, they're starting to come with metal on the bays. So there's a small piece in here, and this is a little stabilizer bar. Now this bar, it sits right on the inside. You'd have to take the launcher apart to be able to get this out. But I like to take it out because we use these for Hasbro's, and the Hasbro ones have painted surfaces in the middle, and that little stabilizer, as it spins, it damages the paint. So I've actually damaged multiple bays before I realized what was going on, and it sucks because you can't repaint it because it's grooved. you'd have to sand it down or go buy a new one. So I want to avoid that, so I took the pin out of this one for my son. The other cool thing about these is they've got these grips. Now this is an unbranded grip. There's a lot of grips. This is the only style that I have. I don't have any other styles. I don't have any of the weights that come on these things. What I typically do is I take it apart. I add weight on the inside. I have that for my black and red launcher for my Spriggan. This launcher has extra weight inside. I added about 30 grams of weight. So it's a little firmer to hold, and it helps a lot when you're stabilizing here as you're launching. But this thing just slips on and you'll be able to pull straight away from you. So my son likes that. That's why I painted this grip as well to match his launcher. But these launchers are fantastic. This is the best one that Hasbro has come out with so far, and they are really strong. So I haven't had many problems with the clutch on the inside wearing out, but Wuboaf, if you've ever seen him on Instagram or YouTube, he's actually printed a new clutch, which I did purchase because some of my other light launchers have worn out. This thing is awesome. You can put it right on the inside. If you take it apart, pop this new clutch in. I haven't used it yet because I literally just got it, but this thing is awesome. I'm really excited to use it because some of my Takara Tomy light launchers have already worn out. This one has yet to wear out. This piece is nice and snug, super convenient, super smooth. Drawback is you have to buy two different versions if you wanted to use a left spin and a right spin bay. This is set up only for right spin. That's the black. Typically, again, this outer case is white. The black simulates the right spin with the black cable. If you see the new Lord Spryzen that just came out for Hasbro Pro Series, it comes with a left launcher. So this cable is on the other side. It's white with blue and a blue ripcord instead of black. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to get that one. But this is the best Hasbro launcher that is out there, which is awesome. So Takara Tomy, we'll start off with the light launchers. So these light launchers, two different styles. I've actually replaced this one. This usually comes with purple, this little cover. So this red is off of an unbranded, so it doesn't have the Beyblade logo on it. So this is unbranded, but everything else, all the guts, all the case, this is all Takara Tomy. Ripcord is Takara Tomy, so it still runs really smooth. These launchers are awesome. Some of my favorite because they have left spin and right spin, so you can change the direction that the gear is spinning. We use these for Hasbro bays, so I've taken the pin out. This one came with my Dragon. I love this one. It's my strongest launcher. You can literally rip this thing as hard as possible. I haven't had any problems with the clutch yet. And this piece inside, this little stabilizer, I keep it in because I only use this one with Takara Tomys. This also has the really convenient launcher. You can hold it here. Feels a lot like a sword launcher. Really like this launcher. It was the first upgraded launcher that I bought when I first started. So Takara Tomy digital sword launcher. This launcher is awesome. If you've watched the show, there are grooves on the side of these teeth. There's grooves on the side of this ripcord. In the show, there are less on one side and more on the other. It goes all the way to the end. So the company couldn't do that, which totally makes sense. It's an anime thing. So what they did instead was, this is a full launch, and then they put a restrictor on here that then stops you from putting it all the way in. So this simulates the weaker launch, and then you go to the longer, stronger launch. Pros about this: it's heavy, which is nice. It's super convenient it's huge, so an adult can hold it really nicely. And then you've got a nice strong rip. The insides are nice and smooth, but it's got about 3 gears that go in here. The clutch wears down depending on how hard you launch it, and with this you can get a really strong launch. The gear inside snaps. That was the biggest downfall that Takara Tomy did when they started producing these. That gear inside snaps. They never fixed it. So Wuboaf again came through clutch and created a new clutch and a new gear. I've already replaced these. When I first bought this launcher, I bought it broken off of eBay for really cheap, and I replaced it with the pieces that he developed, and it works perfectly fine like new. Other con about this thing is it's really expensive. So you can barely find these things for less than $50 or $60 now, whether it's the red or the blue version. So that's a kind of a bummer. All right, so now we're moving on to the final stretch. So you've seen all of the different launchers that have rip cords, and now we're going to see the string launchers. So this string launcher, this is one of the older generation string launchers. I still really like this launcher. This is a dual launcher. They made this one where it's not dual launching. You either buy a left or a right, kind of like the light launchers. This one is a dual launcher, which I love the way that this one, the mechanics behind the way this one switches from right to left. So you can see right here, it's blue with white lettering. That means that it's in right spin. If you take this tab, pop it, shift this up, now it's white with blue lettering. That's left spin. Push this tab back down, and now it spins the other way. Do that, and now it spins back to right spin. This is the coolest, simplest mechanics behind switching spin directions. I really like this one. The drawback to these is they're a little bulky, so it's hard to get your hand around it and not touch the Beyblade. And then you can put grips on these, which are awesome. So all of the string launchers have multiple types of grip settings, so you can put the grip like this, spin it straight out or pull it straight out. It's my favorite way to rip. Some of the anime characters use that. Some of the anime characters swap it, so it's like this. If you click it in, you can pull straight. So you can see that this is like this on all of the different launchers, the string launchers that come out. So they're pretty awesome. I really like this one. It's got a lot of good things about it. This has a stabilizer in the middle. It's the older style. The newer ones don't have it, you'll see. It says a stabilizer in the middle. Again, not good for Hasbro bays. But this one of the biggest drawbacks is this string is only so long. So with the light launchers and other ripcord launchers, you can pull it and just let your arm go straight back, and it's totally fine. With these, you have to use some more finesse, and you have to make sure that you only pull so far, or else you'll snap the string or you'll break the gears inside. So that's a big drawback to these. Wuboaf, again, has developed a new string type and new gears on the inside that allow you to retract this all the way out to 6 feet. You'll see it on their website. On his Instagram, he promotes it. It's pretty awesome. If you really want that full extension all the way up to 4 feet, you can pull your arm back pretty far. With these, it just takes some finesse being able to stop this far, and you'll see as they've gotten stronger and more developed with their string launchers, they got longer, so you can see how far this one goes, and then you'll see again when I do it with the next ones. So that's this string launcher. It's pretty awesome. This is the sparking launcher. So this, again, just like the Hasbro one, has that sparking disc on the inside. So when you rip it, it creates the sparks. It's awesome cosmetically. Doesn't do anything for spinning, doesn't do anything for the battles, but cosmetically it looks awesome. You can, again, put the grip on the bottom, put the grip on the top. This is only a right spin. Some of the off-brand ones, any of the ones that are not Takaratomi, they do create that same mechanics as the left spin and right spin where you switch it here. I do not have one of those. I think it's pretty cool, but off-brands are a little tough because the pieces are not as strong and they can snap. These can be taken apart. You can replace the clutch on the inside. You can do the same thing with this launcher here. You can take it apart. It's got a lot more to take apart than the other ones because of this mechanical piece, but it's pretty awesome. You can replace the clutch on this one if you need to, but this one here comes with Lucifer. It is Vex variant Lucifer. So it's the black and purple. You can hear how loud it is. Part of that is the gears. Most of that is just this disc on top. So I'm going to show you. This one's already longer than the last one. It went up to about here. So they've extended it out. This one doesn't have a great coating on the actual wire, so it starts to fray a little bit. But depends on how you want to use it. These string launchers, this one here I found is a little harder to use. If you hold this one too straight or at too much of an angle, the bay will fall off, but I really like this one. It's pretty cool. This is my wife's because it's black and purple, so she really likes that one. And then last but not least, we have the J.bey launchers. So these, in my opinion, are the best launchers. They are extremely quiet, and as a mechanic, you look at the gears, and so as you learn auto mechanics, you learn about transmissions, and they definitely put a lot of mechanical thought into these. And these are awesome because they rotate. You can change the spin direction. So this gear here is part of this piece, and then you've got the gear on the inside, the gear on the inside. This one you can take apart, and I've seen that Wuboaf has put out a new piece that you can actually change out here and use it for your Metal Fight base, which is pretty cool. I've never gotten into Metal Fight. I started with Burst and continue to stay with Burst, but a lot of people really like that. It's pretty neat. So This one again has the connection for the grip on the bottom. These are on either side because it doesn't have that switching piece. Same thing with the sparking launcher. But this one, the way that you change the spin direction is awesome. Pop these tabs off, push this out, and then you're going to switch it around. Switch this bottom piece to the opposite side so it was in right spin. Push these tabs back on, and now it's in left spin. So it's identified here with an R and an L. Again, these things are super quiet. This is my Spriggan launcher that I use. I can't wait to get my son's launcher later this week or next week. I've ordered it from Beyblade Bricks. My pre-order of the Valkyrie comes with the brand new one. It's got a little bit of a different gear that creates more momentum. So it's awesome. These launchers are fantastic. I really enjoy Beyblade. I hope you guys enjoy Beyblade, and I really hope that this was a little bit of an educational video. So you guys have a great day. Thank you.